Hello, this is teddygaming and welcome back to another review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles tmnt, the Armageddon game, the Alliance, issue number 5. And oh boy, this issue was not what I was thinking. I actually had high expectations going into this issue. The artwork looked really nice, and from the sounds of the actual description for this issue, it sounds as though there's going to be a lot of things really setting up like stuff for the actual game itself, and I was really looking forward to this one. But after reading it, I must admit I was heavily disappointed by it, and I must admit I do think that overall this issue was somewhat pointless, but I do guess maybe they could set things up for another issue. But if that's the case, then they should have done something in this issue, and we will be talking about that because it has really annoyed me. Okay, so first starting off this issue, we do get to see April just basically talking into a camera and is trying to get this message out to the outside world and all the and basically all of her allies, which are like the Turtles, the Foot Clan, stuff like that. And that's when she goes in and explains that basically she got the name of the Gang of Four. She went to City Hall, and that led her to Tissarai, and then that led her to Noel's business. And that's more or less where we start the story off. So I do think that it was like really quick and straight to the point of where the whole main conflict was, and I do like that it was just get straight to the point and wasn't really like delaying stuff and like panning out time or anything. So I must admit I did really enjoy that. Now the one thing which I do want to say about this little bit here is the fact that I don't really know where April got her information from with the Gang of Four stuff, because I haven't really told anyone about the Gang of Four just yet in the actual events, so I'm somewhat confused by that, but oh well. And then also another thing is that April went to Tissarai and City Hall, but we didn't actually see that in the comics, so again, I don't really know what to really say about it, but I think they should have, probably should have shown that in the actual events so far, but oh well. So after that, we do get to see that Chrissy smells out April, and April decides to go up into the vents and tries to hide and run from her, and that's when she is able to get into another vent and Chrissy gets stuck. So yeah, I don't have really too much to really say about this, but I mean, just like what I said in the preview video, it's just like, why is there so many vents? It's not a complaint, but I'm just like wondering why there's so many vents, but yeah. So then after that, we do get to see April comes down from the ceiling and she just runs off into another room, and Noel decides to actually basically close down the whole building. She closes doors, closes communications. April decides to tries to send out a video message, and that's when she decides, because she can't get the video message out there, to actually just go run up to the top of the building, which is exactly what Man and Noel wanted. But then this leads to April sort of tricking Noel into basically letting her live, as April decides to jump off the building after saying that basically she has the information and the message can get out there one way or another, either through the video message or by herself. So Man and Noel runs all the way down to the I think it's like a room where April was actually making the video, and find out that Zodi has destroyed the room. After that, we do get to see April runs into her parents' home, and that's when she just lies down, and yeah. And then we go into the next bit, which we do get to see Karai's in this bit, which is yay. I mean, I must admit, I'm somewhat looking forward to this bit, but at the same time, I feel as though that maybe this might be the only important part about this issue, but yeah. But during this scene, we do get to see Detective Lewis and as well as an EPF member there, and Karai comes up and they're all talking about stuff, and basically April says that basically the Foot hasn't really done much, and that is honestly quite true. Ever since issue 2 of the Armageddon game, where Karai was just talking to Koya and Natsu, they haven't done anything. They haven't been seen whatsoever throughout this whole event. The only time we've seen the Foot Clan is during the Alliance issues, and it's sort of hard to say if they're actually important to the series or not, but oh god, yeah. So that's when April decides to ask Karai if basically she can do her best and get the best foot soldiers to do the best job she can. And that's when Karai does the most stupidest thing of all, and she asks April for $1, and April's not too sure why, but Casey gives April $1 to give to Karai, and then that's when Karai says that basically you've hired us. And I know somewhat this just makes sense for the story and her views on the world with Karai and stuff like that, but I just think this was the most stupidest thing they could have done, it was just like, oh, give me $1. And I was like, oh no. And Carl's like, give me $1. It's so stupid. I don't know why they even bothered to include this bit. It was just so stupid. And Carl says that basically they've been hired and all that. And then she does say that basically that she wants to like branch the Foot Clan out and do its own thing in a way. And he wants to have, basically he wants to like serve others. And she's doing all this for $1. Why? Oh god, this is just so annoying. But the thing is that she's saying that and the Foot Clan can serve like multiple purposes, like so different people. But the thing is, she hasn't served Shredder or the Turtles for this whole event whatsoever so far. So, oh god, this is really annoying me. Oh god, but yeah, that's pretty much where they do set things up for the next issue, where I think they'll be taking on the Gang of Four maybe. At this point, I don't really care all too much, really. Now, overall, this issue was really annoying and frustrating. First, I would like to talk about the art style. This art style was very inspired by anime and manga, and I do think that it definitely does stand out quite well, and it's really unique, and definitely an art style which I would definitely like to see come back and do like an ongoing series or something like that. And yeah, I must admit, it was like really nice. I think everyone that I've heard from so far when talking about this issue, saying that it was like really good, very anime inspired. And yeah, but I definitely would like to see this I would definitely like to see this like art style come back, as it's very unique, I would say, in a way. And I do think that with the backup story with Roy Mikado's work, I do think that looks beautiful as always. However, the cry thing, god, that's annoying. But I do think that overall, with the actual main story itself, I do find it a bit pointless. Just because April was going around trying to find information, and she gets information, and the only thing is that they don't really explain what the information April gets. If the information that April gets is the fact that Noel wants to turn mutant or like New York into mutants and sell them on, then there's nothing new that we don't really know. That is basically Madame Noel's main plan from throughout this whole series. I don't really understand what April's new information is that's going to be game changing and stuff like that. So I'm somewhat confused by it. If it is the Madame Noel stuff, then this whole issue was basically pointless, as it did not really set anything up, did not give us anything new. But I don't really know what else to really say. If it is like a brand new information that April does find out, then they probably should have like let us know in this issue, just so that we can be a bit more excited to see the events play out in the next issue and the rest of the event. So yeah, it's just so frustrating, because if that was the information, then it was basically pointless. But if it wasn't, then they should have revealed it at the very least. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this issue, as I feel so quite a few people will have like very different opinions about this. And I got a feeling that a lot of people are going to enjoy the anime art style, but I'm not too sure how people will feel about the pointless information that April gets. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. If you do have something, please share, like, subscribe and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.